This is lesson number 16, or more clearly, what we need to do to rectify the situation that our democracy is being destroyed. And that is to understand that since our president-elect was not actually elected by the people, even if your vote did not count, it was elected by the Electoral College. He then sits there at our discretion. And if we want to, we can remove him. Hopefully he will act in ways that progress and defend our democracy. But if he doesn't, he must be told not to continue what he's doing. And you need to understand that. You need to respect that as a democracy that needs our own patriotic defense. We are the Minutemen of today, so to speak. We have an authority of our own as a democracy to decide for ourselves what is or is not going to be done. Our employee does not govern us. Our Constitution governs us. And we don't have to obey the people who are in our government if we find them not capable or not willing to accept their oath of office. And their oath of office says they will obey and respect the Constitution. So we need to understand and form a distinct legal opportunity to enforce our democracy on our leaders. That's called redress of grievances. And the end result of that is, or the primary purpose of that is, that we cannot allow the recreation of Nazi pre-war Germany, World War II Germany. We can't do it. If we do, what we do is we unleash the people, the dogs and the mobs and the things that become, as COVID was. And COVID was, we make all decisions and you obey what we say, or we will hurt you in one form or another. We will evict you from everything you need to, for supplies, to every organization you have, to everything that that life requires of you, including we take over the control of your children, which they did do. So we need to understand that too late can be too late, as was in Nazi Germany. Too late was too late because, once the power set be creates an army against us, which is literally what happened in Germany. When the army is against us, as is, they are the power now, just like COVID. They are going to decide for us now, as was COVID. They're going to corrupt the evidence, as was COVID. They're going to propagate whatever they want and continue the media blitz that was, COVID, and release whatever they want onto our lives, as was COVID, and steal everything that's left over. And there isn't much left over, which is of course why Trump was elected to throw the bums out, one way or the other. But unfortunately, war doesn't work, as certainly World War II proved. War doesn't work. It was all bad, no matter what you think. And the end result of it is that we're standing on a little powder keg here in this United States, which would allow for the recreation of Nazi Germany here, because there are, endless amounts of people who are threatened, endless amounts of people who are being evicted, endless amounts of foreclosures and property exchanges and all kinds of things that are not what our democracy is intended to be about. In other words, insurgencies has overtaken us. Rebellion exists, and against the democracy itself. And war is not the answer. Law is the answer. And we must use the law before the weapons seize control. We cannot let the enemies of life take control. We have to do better than that. And we have to do better than that by presenting the law will decide. By presenting the Constitution is our government, and by understanding that that the courts, no matter what they say to you, are under the Constitution. The Constitution will decide. The Constitution is our government. Our employees are not our government. Peel the blanket of that they hide underneath off, so that they actually can be exposed to whatever truth will allow. Truth, not belief, truth. Evidence, not the corruption of evidence, as is the constant of university knows. Not the fantasies of university knows, not the delusions of their cult, not the imagination of, we don't have to have any consequences for what we do. None of it is true, of course. As every possibility of threat exists. We are on the edge, and you're about to fall off of it. And once past the edge, it's all a descent. Everything is a descent, and you probably can't stop it. You have to be prepared to take control of the nation, not by what you believe, not by weapons, not by what you fear or what you want to obey or whatever it is. You have to take control of the nation by law. You have to accept the fact that law is going to decide, and you have to accept the fact that truth will determine what is legally true. Truth, not belief, truth. And the evidence has to be proven as best we can, and the only way to prove to all the people at once the best we can is to go to court. Even though it is corrupt and vile and all things not so good, we have to use the courtroom anyway, because law is better than no law. And we have to, identify what can be done by reviewing the law, creating the law, understanding the law, and protecting the law from those who would have it thrown away. Every form of war means to throw away law. Every form of war is chaos, because chaos allows you to take whatever you want. Chaos allows you to kill whoever you want, rape whoever you want, ravage whatever you want, ruin whatever you want, as is the constant of war and the men who want it. So we need to understand what is true. We need to understand our Constitution, which you do not. And of course, none of that has been taught in schools. And none of that has been taught, it's all an indoctrination program led by evolution. We don't have to obey anything. There are no consequences for us. It's just all chaos. Nothing is going to harm or affect our lives. Whatever you want to believe. But that's not true. What is true is what is real. And as everything in life, by the evidence of life proves, only thought can do this. And of course, Nazi means we don't give a damn about the truth. We don't give a damn about respect. We want what we want, and we're going to take whatever we want, as is the predecessor to war. But, the Democrats or the other side has been taking whatever they wanted to, and of course the Republicans took whatever they wanted when they were in power. And the end result is that the middle class has all but been dissolved. And of course that means that you're upset and you think that war are going to get a gun, that's the answer, but it's not. And you are dissolved because all your numbers have no meaning. All your numbers that you are willing to trade your lives for have no meaning. They're not born in any kind of reality. They don't exist. And that goes for the largest part of the world. Same thing. And of course that's because the universities have spread across the entire world. or all of human nature. And of course, when their leadership leaves one place, they multiply that to another place and another place and another place and another place. And so everybody gets to dissolve into the smear that is a university imagination. It is a pathetic thing. And we need to recognize that their expertise is not what we need. Their expertise is not. You can buy any expert you want. All you have to do is pay them money. And they're willing to take lies, just like all the rest of the world did. Willing to take lies. They want what they want right now, right now, right now. Mine, mine, mine. I'm the winner. You're the loser. I have the trophy. But of course, if the trophy is just a fantasy, you didn't win anything. And if you actually were not paid for what you did do, then you are paid, and you're a slave. You're paid with counterfeit money. That's stolen money. That doesn't exist. You have to give it back. It was stolen. You have to give it back. So we need to bankrupt ourselves, to take away the right of those who stole from us, to take away the criminal organization that is thieves and liars and traitors and failures and fools and bastards and terrorists and all of them. We need to bankrupt ourselves to take them out of power, because it is with the counterfeiting of money, the creation of debts that will never be paid, that they have power. Just like you, they took the money, but they knew they took the money because they intended to enslave you. You didn't get paid. You were enslaved. You didn't know it, but you were enslaved. And you can tell me all you want that I have everything that I wanted. I got it all. I went down to the market. I bought whatever I wanted. I was God myself. But that's not true either. Because what you did do is you stole the future from your children. That's what you did do. And when your children, for 50 years they've been doing this, and for 50 years every child that grew up wanted to do the very same thing. So it's not so much that the elders did it, it's not so much that the children did it, it's not so much that university or politicians or whatever did it. You all did it to yourselves. But today, and I'm here today because you're about to step off the edge and descend into hell. And you can claim that Trump will be great. You can complain that, Trump will be awful. You can complain whatever you want. That hasn't been determined yet. The evidence does not exist yet for his second term. We don't know exactly what he's going to do. He has a right to make his own decision. But I am telling you that the path that has been taken, there is no presidential moment in his path to election that suggests president. It all suggests something else. It's a path that Nazi Germany took. It's a creator a hole in the world that Hitler's decided. It's just not a valid thing to not be prepared. We have to be prepared to defend our democracy. That's the truth of it. We have to be prepared to defend our nature from the university that says it can be God. Let's review that for a second. The human body has 35 trillion cells. The human body, if you live to 70 years old, your heart is beat about 1 billion times. 1 billion times. You've taken about 650 million breaths of air. How many lessons do you need to know that humanity should not be playing in these things? They're not God. All they're going to do is mess it up. You know that. You know that. Yet you want to say, I'm gonna live forever. They're going to fix me, but they're not going to fix you. And if nobody dies, nobody lives. If nobody dies, nobody lives. because that's not how this world is meant to be. It's a finite place, and the old do have to die so that the young have a place to be. Whether you like it or not doesn't make any difference at all. What you believe doesn't make any difference at all. None. What you do matters, and what your truth is matters. And eternity is given to what is true. Only truth survives. You should remember that. Only truth survives. And truth will govern you. So what is your truth? And if you don't, if you lie to yourself and pretend that you are something that you are not, well, then you're just a liar. Accept what is true, change what you can,